Alright, next video. Eating at the worst rated restaurant for 24 hours. This is by Eric Schrook, I think. Alright, let's get right into it.
This is a 5-star restaurant, and this is a 1-star restaurant so bad that it had to get shut down. Now this got me thinking.
How do you end up having the worst rate? You gotta do that on purpose. Not? Because you got taste testers, right? So if you have the worst rated restaurant, it can't be that bad. Like, it can't be the worst. Like, there could always be the best, you know? Because, like, the best of the best. There could always be something better. But if to have the worst, you shouldn't even be in business if you have the worst. In the worst case scenario, they don't have taste testers at all. They just make all this stuff on purpose like that.
How bad could the worst rated restaurants actually be? So the plan is simple. I'm going to be going to 3 of the worst rated restaurants with the goal of seeing if they're...
Is he doing this, like, in one town? Or one state? Or is he doing this, like, across, like, the whole US? Or is he doing this, like, the entire world? Or what?
Actually that bad, or if we could officially promote them to good restaurants instead.
And by the way, there's a pretty important thing I should probably tell you.
One of my biggest fears is getting food poisoning, and back when I was a kid, there were a few times I got extremely sick from eating at restaurants, and one time I even needed to go to the hospital.
Yeah, but even good restaurants can give you food poisoning. Is it really the food? Some people are going to get food poisoning. Well, at least most of the time, because really good restaurants usually would give you food poisoning even if they're really good. And bad ones give you food poisoning for what people think are because they're the worst. But really, that's not really the case, because some good restaurants give you food poisoning. So that doesn't really prove a point.
But today, all that changes. All right, so up first, we're gonna be eating at this breakfast place called Niblets, and it's easily going to be the most controversial out of any restaurant we eat at today.
And that's because despite having good reviews from customers, the health and safety unit recently gave it a conditional pass. And this was because they failed to maintain hand washing stations, failed to protect the food from contaminant, and a bunch more that is honestly concerning.
So what
That's gross.
can possibly go wrong? Would I be able to get a wrap?
Why don't you get chicken wrap?
Okay, I'll do that.
You want mayonnaise or scolded?
Let's do some mayo.
All the veggies?
Sure, we'll do lettuce and tomato, that works. It looks yummy. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I'm actually so excited to try this thing. After reading some of those reviews, I was pretty scared to go in there. Now at this point, I need to be honest with you guys and raise the stakes a little bit. Because not only am I gonna be eating the food, but my girlfriend is gonna be doing it as well.
Huh?
And the rules for this challenge are simple. Each of us has to finish the entire meal. Neither of us are allowed to throw up, and neither of us are allowed to get sick. And if one...
What? This is rule number 3. You aren't allowed to get sick. So if you're sick, you lose the challenge. Even though it's not technically your fault, if you get sick, you still lose the challenge, dude.
If one of us loses, then we're gonna have to
That doesn't even make any sense.
do a naked mile.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, just wake up one morning, you're like really sick, you're like lost your voice, you like can't talk. Well, you're sick, so that means that you lost the challenge. That means that you lost the challenge because you definitely purposefully got sick, so now you have to do a naked mile, right? That's what they said?
That's actually really good.
I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. Honestly, when we went in there, the food looked kind of whack, but
Ugh.
it definitely does taste better than it looked in there.
But honestly, I don't think we could rate this as a bad restaurant anymore. And I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because the food actually tastes really good, but you...
Yeah, because they didn't say anything bad about the food. They said it was like bad sanitary.
There are the health and safety things. Now at this point, I should probably remind you guys that was only the first restaurant, and from here it is only gonna get worse, and I've saved the most terrible one for last.
And trust me, once I show
Not
you guys
the
reviews for
wings,
this place,
dude.
you're gonna be just as concerned as I am.
So now that it's lunchtime, the next place that we're gonna be eating at is Wahlburgers, and it's crazy because this place is rated 2.1 out of 5 stars, and it's supposed to be famous.
Now, if you didn't already know, this place is owned by the Wahlberg family, which is a 10-season reality TV show based entirely around them. And if you still have no idea who they are, the most famous of them is Mark
It's
Wahlberg.
probably
He's
just
seen movies
bad
like
because of that
Titans,
reason.
Transformers, Uncharted, and a bunch more.
And obviously, because this place is called Wahlburgers, we're gonna need to get a burger. But before before we go in order, let's read some of the worst reviews.
Honestly, maybe one of the worst burgers I've ever had. Dry as cardboard. It's not that hard to make a decent burger. Complete fail. I don't know if it's the pickles or the sauce, but something tasted like gross vape juice flavored. It was weird.
Ugh.
Bland patty, crumbly bun, stale fries for about $20, including a drink.
Well, the show. Do they even make the episodes anymore? Because if they don't make the episodes, then why the heck is it still open? Because of course they're gonna lose like what it was worth before. It's gonna taste worse, kind of like Mr. Beast Burger. Because you've seen like all the bad reviews about Mr. Beast Burger. That's because he doesn't really go into it that much anymore. Just to be like, oh yeah, check out Mr. Beast Burger. We just released it. Blah 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 blah. But now you look at his videos and he doesn't even mention it at all. You know. So it's just going to lose production, it's going to lose quality, and that's just what happens.
Tip and tax. Run. Don't walk away from this place. So now let's see if it's really as bad as the reviews say.
Hey there, guys. How are we doing?
Hi, good. Would we be able to get the Our Burger with fries? Thank you, I appreciate that. The fries were literally $4.50. Like seriously,
Jesus.
look at that. All right, the fries for you, and now the burger for me. Honestly, burger looks pretty average, nothing too special to it. Cheers.
I would mac that.
Ugh.
Mine's a little bland.
It tastes like a worse version of McDonald's.
No, it tastes like a McDonald's patty.
I know.
Kind of tastes like cardboard.
And on top of that, the burger itself was like $10 or something. Like it's
Jesus.
just not good. I'm
No
actually
way.
thoroughly disappointed right now. It's literally
For $10, nah. For $10, something below McDonald's, nah. McDonald's burgers ain't even that good.
just way too expensive for what it is. Like I could get 3 McDonald's meals for this price.
I give
That's
it a 1
true.
out of 5.
I'm gonna have to agree with the reviews here, and I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5 too. No wonder some of these things are going out of business.
Now, hopefully the Wahlberg family won't sue me for giving their restaurant such a bad review, but at this point, we were now done
They aren't gonna sue you for having a bad review.
2 out of the 3 worst restaurants in Toronto. And now it was time to make our way to the final restaurant called Wing Machine. And this one is
Not the
supposed to be the
wings, dude.
worst out of all of them. And to make things even worse, the closest Wing Machine was located inside of a hospital.
So now remember
What?
I told you guys about how I got super sick when I was younger? Well, now I have to face my fear of food poisoning and hospitals at the same time.
But now this is where we ran into a little bit of a problem. Thanks to our good old friend COVID and the Ontario government, the hospital was essentially on
supposed to have been posted a
lockdown.
while
There was
ago.
security out front, and in order to get into the hospital, you needed an appointment. And after trying every single way
just
to
like-
get in, I
You just like get an appointment just to try Wing Machine.
ended up realizing that this wasn't gonna happen.
Now, even though we couldn't get into the wing machine at the hospital, luckily there's some more downtown, but the only problem is it's a little bit of a hike.
Are you kidding me?
And this wasn't just gonna be a normal easy hike, because the Wing Machine that was closest
Uber. I'm just joking. Just walk.
to us was located in one of the most dangerous parts of Toronto. Literally
Oh,
every
that's-
day there
that's-
are robberies, stabbings,
cool.
and a bunch of other crimes that take place here. And on top of that, there is an insane amount of homeless people here.
Yeah, this area is actually kind of sketchy as fuck.
But eventually, after almost being robbed ourselves, we made it to Wing Machine.
So when I looked this place up, it was literally the worst rated restaurant in all of Toronto. And since this place is called Wing Machine, we're obviously gonna have to order wings, but I have no hope since it was only rated 1.5 stars.
In full
That
transparency, the
sucks.
reviews were pretty brutal. I've been in the food business 42 years. What I received from the Wing Machine was pre-cooked, barely warmed up. I could not tell how long they've been sitting there, and they were so dry, they were so tasteless. Worst customer service ever. Never get food from here. It's absolutely
A lot of places don't have good customer service, though. To be honest, like way less customer service than they did a long time ago.
horrible. Complete garbage. So now let's see if it's
That looked disgusting. That looked disgusting right there. Where did that go?
so now
Right
let's see-
there. No. Oh, wait, what? No. No.
This is a
Where were we? We were like... I think. Yeah. That looks disgusting. I don't know if he made it look like that or if that's how he got it, but what the hell is that? Oh, he said trash burger where it belongs. That's the trash. Never mind then. It's not as bad, but it still looks gross.
garbage. So now let's see if it's really as bad as these reviews say.
Hi. Do you guys just have takeout here? Thank you. We need wings. Would I be able to get the 8-piece boneless wings there? Let's do some honey garlic.
Boneless. You get boneless? You're gonna rate it way worse if you get boneless. You gotta get the boned wings. You get boneless. If you get boneless wings, you're gonna rate it lower. You're gonna rate it lower. That's disgusting. Why would you get boneless wings? That's processed.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Now remember when I told you guys that this was the most dangerous part of Toronto? Well, as soon as we left the place, we realized that we probably shouldn't have been filming it in that area and we were being followed. But eventually we ended up making it home.
No, you weren't. You weren't being followed. If you would have been followed, to be honest, you would have filmed it. You would have filmed it. So you weren't being followed.
Without being robbed, so let's try these horrible wings. Alright, so now that we've made it home safe, it is time for the grand finale. So far today, we have eaten a wrap that turned out to be pretty good. And we also had a burger from Wahlburgers, which turned out to be absolutely terrible. And out of all,
I wouldn't say absolutely terrible. You rated it. You rated it okay. You just said that it wasn't good because of the price. Like it wasn't worth the price. But you said that it wasn't that bad.
These things are. Alright, sniff test.
They don't smell that bad.
Honestly, they kind of look pretty good.
You got boneless wings.
And up to this point, neither of us have gotten sick yet, so this is going to be the final test. Cheers. They're definitely...
Wait, didn't you say boneless wings? That's boned wings. You can tell how they bit it, and you can literally see right there. That's boned. You can see the bone.
Not as bad as they were rated. They're kind of spicy. I got honey garlic. This is hot.
This is not honey garlic. They're definitely not the best wings I've ever tasted in my life.
They're pretty much equivalent to store-bought.
But like, would you go back?
Definitely not my first choice, but the people there were actually really nice. I don't know why people rated it so bad. And it's not even like
They're
dry.
wings,
Like,
so...
they're actually kind of juicy too. So now one question remains. Would you upgrade this from 1 star?
I would give it a 2.5 to a 3.
Woo! Let's go. I'd probably give it a 3 as well. It's definitely not the greatest, but it's definitely not as bad as the reviews said. And one last thing. Do you feel sick right now whatsoever?
No, I actually don't.
Woo!
Why are you doing them hand movements? Do you feel sick whatsoever? You can't see me, but I'm doing them hand movements. It's absolutely insane, dude.
Ooh, let's go. I feel pretty good too. And now that means we've successfully completed every challenge in this
You see how many hands... And that we've successfully... Like, bro.
video. We don't have to do the naked mile. And now make sure you guys subscribe to join the squad. And there's a brand new video.
Alright, next video.